So the dock workers are going on strike, and that means a lot of stuff's going to get really expensive, especially if it comes from another country. And here in America, a lot of stuff comes from another country. But I always have these questions about unions because I live in Georgia, which is very not union. Um, but I always have these questions about unions because, like, if you break down the math about how a lot of them, one, they usually make pretty good money. But then when you break it down, a lot of that good money comes from like massive amounts of overtime, right? And then you hear about getting into a union is really hard. Like, and I'm wondering if they genuinely purposefully conspire to gatekeep getting jobs in there so that they keep that overtime so that they can keep their actual income every week really high so that they can keep that overtime. Because if you got like two guys working 60 hours and 20, they're both getting 20 hours of overtime every single week consistently, why not just hire the third guy, right? Because then that's going to save the company money. That's going to give them a better, work-life benefit, right? But they don't want that. It seems like, or am I wrong? I don't mind being wrong. I don't know. Is that intentional? Or is it that they can't find people? Because I find that hard to believe because people are constantly griping about not being able to find a job. So, are they intentionally keeping themselves understaffed to keep their wages high, and now they're going on strike to keep their wages even higher? Because I find it, that in addition to one of the things that they're fighting against is automation, which is insane to me, right? It's insane that they're trying to fight actual progress. It just seems like you're pissing into the wind. Like they want to keep everything the same because they're benefiting from it. It doesn't improve the goods getting into our hands any faster or cheaper. It doesn't, I can't imagine. I feel like a lot of things are going to become more and more automated, especially as the efficacy of pricing manual labor becomes less and less feasible, right? Or is there something more to it that I don't understand? Because I know the executives are greedy, right? So are we just trying to combat executive greed with labor greed? Because the executives are the ones that decide to get rid of the labor, and now they're going on strike. And I feel like we're going to have like a bigger, even bigger McDonald's situation where they're just going to start getting fewer workers and more robots. And this is just going to expedite that, because at the end of the day, the rich people at the very top, they're not going to go without. Whatever is going to be withheld from the rest of us because of this strike, they're going to get. They're going to have helicoptered in or whatever. They're not going to suffer for this. We're going to suffer for this. So, are they just going to make us absorb these growing pains as they put this automation in and then tell the labor union to go kick rocks? I don't know. Hopefully it's not going to suck too bad. Or are they going to placate these workers, for a short amount of time while they implement all this automation? Or the workers going to get everything they want? They're going to get their 50% pay raise over so many number of years, and they're actually going to stall a more efficient way of doing things by stopping the automation. I guess only time will tell.